What's up anyone watching this? This is Vermont Empire Builds or Rebuilds here, back today with another LEGO MOC video. Now my first one was my first order transporter MOC from Star Wars, which is very cool. I would definitely recommend checking that out. And that'll be in this description below, so strongly recommend checking that out. But today, I have my second one, and it is my C-R7 Predator Gunship. That's a lot. It's from kind of a post-apocalyptic world, kind of a mix between Mad Max and Star Wars, if that ever happened. And it has a very imposing look with these red eyes in the front. But it's an AI. It's not controlled by humans. It's a droid, basically, and humans can fit inside it and man some of the cannons and do stuff inside the interior, and they just tell the droid where to go, and the droid will fly around and do that. And it has a lot of armaments, as you can probably see. There's a couple post-apocalyptic kind of Mad Maxy details, like a little sword and some spikes. It's really supposed to be like a ragtag kind of cobbled together kind of war machine, and I feel like it gets that look across pretty well. So without further ado, let's jump right into the build. This is my C-R7 Predator Gunship. Now there's a lot of details here, a lot of stuff to unpack. So we'll start at the front and then move our way to the back. So the first thing you're gonna notice from most angles, from diagonal and from above, are the menacing red eyes, and I feel like they came out really well. I love the menacing kind of glare it has. It's like facing you. It's like scowling at you, kind of. And this actually here is a really creative use of parts. This is a Ninjago Air Jitsu canopy. Now, I was planning to do this and have a figure in there, like a figure lying down, but really there's just no space. Like, in there's like a film kind of covering the back of it, so that's why I couldn't do that. I wish I could have. That would have been really cool, but I decided to make it a drone instead. So as you can see, there's the kind of the camera that the drone has to see out of, encased in this glass. So that's why I put that glass here, and it does actually look really cool. It kind of gives it like a nose, kind of like snout feel. I feel like it works out really well. The ship also has some pretty heavy firepower. Up here there are some anti-aircraft cannons, some terrain sensors, some repeating machine guns, a comms array for sensing other ships, and another small machine gun. Up top, we have the central core, kind of the droid. This is the computer where the droid will actually compute where to go. It's the kind of like the brain, if you will, of the AI. Then moving up, I love what I did here with this texture. It really gives it kind of a rugged military kind of look. And this is supposed to be camouflage. You can't really tell it's camouflage, but I tried to mix in the dark gray with the light gray and the silver to make it kind of look like it was a militarized kind of ship. Up here, we have the big firepower of the ship. This is the anti-aircraft cannon, which also can shoot missiles. And I'll give you guys a look at this. And I believe this is a periscope or something, I guess, because I guess this is controlled by the people inside. So this is how they would see through, and I believe this is like a camera, so they can see what the gun is aiming at. So that's pretty cool. Moving down here, I have some grill detailing. And then towards the back of the ship, I actually put some more guns. So this is I have some stud shooters because I always try to have some playability in my MOCs. But here is a feature that I really like. I don't know if you can see in there, but there's actually a grill piece. And a person can fit in there. So a person would lay down in the middle, and looking through that grill piece, they would fire this machine gun in the back. And so that's something I thought was very cool. Of course, I have a little fire piece to simulate the machine gun firing, and that can be angled like this, and it can be angled side to side, because it's on a ratcheting joint in there. But it's a little bit fragile, so if you try to do that joint, it'll probably break off. You have to kind of take the piece off and then ratchet it, and then it'll go. The small detail on the back is this bomb kind of dropping mechanism. It doesn't actually drop bombs, but it can be lowered up and down, and I felt like that was a cool suggestion to have in there. They don't actually fall out unless you somehow take them out and like have them in there like loose, like not connected onto the studs, but loose, because they can just fall out if you want. But it's a cool thing to be able to be lowered down. So yeah, it's a nice little suggestion in there. But moving around to the side of the exterior, I did some studs in the side building, studs in the top building. It's a pretty simple though. Not a lot of super illegal or crazy looking techniques. Of course, I have these fins here which, I don't know, I guess add to the aerodynamic of the ship. I guess fins always make it more aerodynamic. That's the rule. That's the rule. They're always more aerodynamic if it has fins. But on the side, I have some grill detailing up here, and this can all open up later, but I'll show you that once I get to the interior. Then there's a small pad so that troopers can kind of climb out if they want. And the entire ship, if you raise it up, the wings can fold down like this. So they would fold down, and this something broke off, but it really gives it a cool kind of Republic attack shuttle kind of look, which I really like. Over on this side, which is not closed up, which cannot be closed up, is the kind of medic area. There's a small bed for someone to be sleeping on. There's a little gunner position, which someone can be operating this machine gun, and I have a little bit of suggestion of camouflage there. Of course, there's the control panel that they would use to fire the gun, and I love the orange and blue buttons. It just shows fire and not fire, cool down, or whatever. I also have the same platform for troopers to jump off of, but it's not as tiled off as the other side, which is fine because this isn't actually a place where troopers would jump off because troopers are not being kept in this area. There's a gunner and a person that's injured. So that's that. To the wings, there's really nothing too special. Just a turbine, some grill pieces, and then a couple of engines which provide the forward thrust. A couple of spikes, actually, to provide the kind of Mad Maxy post-apocalyptic feel. And these can be angled up and down, but I don't really like to angle them. So, yeah, the wings are pretty simple. Nothing really much to see there. Interior on this side, you can actually open this up, and this folds out to be a little cannon. So there's a turret on both sides, on top, the front, and the back. This thing is protected from all angles. And there's a little control panel there using a bucket handle, a little piece from the Resistance Transport Pod set, which I really like because it has the X-Wing trench run kind of a depiction graphic on it. So this can be angled up and down. This is the biggest I could get. It's a really small gun, but it's the biggest I could get with the amount of space that I had, the amount of space to fold up there. But there's some control panels to open that up if you want to get to it from the outside. You can just fold that down. It's a really charming little feature, I think. I like it a lot. And you can have the pilot sitting on those two studs right there. But then, this entire back like assembly here slides right out. And it stops here, because there's that stud that stops it. But I really do like how this blue piece kind of gives off that sci-fi kind of ray-shielded door kind of feel. And there are seats for 3 people in here, so 3 troops can be in there. And they can just jump out or be carried to a lot of places. But wait, that's not all. On the back here, there's another door, but this one, as you can see, can't actually be retracted. But if you wanted to kind of make it seem like these are both retracted and you had this one in and this one's just kind of like sticking out awkwardly, you can take it off. There's a little slot in there with the studs that hold it in. You can just take it off. It's really that easy. So that's pretty cool. But there's one more bit of interior that I've yet to show you. So in this area, there's a little bit of a process to get this interior part done, or like off. First you have to remove these two. I put these gray handles there. Of course, you don't actually put those there because they break off. But you just remove this, and then from there, you can take off this entire assembly. I hope nothing breaks. It's not a foolproof interior way. It's not that user-friendly. This would not be good as a Lego set. But yeah, this entire thing snaps off. And is attached with this stud here, and these studs here. But this person is actually laying down. And as you can see, there's the grill that I showed you before. And that leads to the machine gunner. So this person is actually probably not having a great time. It's pretty cramped in there. But he barely fits. And you can kind of see him from the side when the thing's on. So yeah, he's not having a good time. So that was my C-R7 Predator gunship. I spent a lot of time working on this. Like, really hope you guys enjoyed. And please like and subscribe if you're new to the channel. I really want to support, and I want to have this channel grow. So I'd really appreciate it if you would subscribe if you're watching this. And be sure to check out my first order transporter mock that I've already done. More mocks will be coming very soon. And I'll see you guys later. Peace out.